You know, in crypto, we hear the word transparency all the time. But what about privacy? That's a huge piece of the puzzle, right? So today, we're diving into a really cool project called SolCipher USDCx. It's tackling a massive question. Can you have payments that are both super secure and totally private? Let's dig in and find out. So let me ask you this. Are your crypto transfers really private? It seems like a simple question, but for most transactions out there, the answer is a big fat no. And that's kind of wild when you think about it. Every single time you send or receive crypto, it creates this permanent public record on the blockchain. Your entire financial history just out there for anyone to see. I don't know about you, but I definitely wouldn't want that for my regular bank account. Right? So that's the big problem. On the blockchain, pretty much everything's public. But what if it didn't have to be? What if you could get the best of both worlds? You know, have all the amazing security and decentralization the blockchain gives you, but with a kind of privacy shield wrapped around your financial life. Well, that's exactly the challenge that SolCipher USDCx is trying to solve. Okay, so let's kick things off with Section 1, the privacy problem. We need to really get our heads around this. The very thing that makes blockchain so revolutionary, this open public ledger that everyone can see, is actually a huge double-edged sword. It's its greatest strength, but it's also its biggest weakness when it comes to your money. For you, for me, for businesses, having all that info public isn't just a, that's weird kind of thing. It can be a genuine risk. And that leads us right into Section 2, a cross-chain solution. Now that we've laid out the problem, it's time to talk about the fix. We're going to look at a project that was literally built from the ground up to tackle this privacy issue. And that, my friends, is where SolCipher USDCx enters the picture. So what is SolCipher USDCx, really? Let's break that name down. Privacy enhanced, that's the easy one. It basically wraps your transactions in a secret code, a layer of encryption. Then you have cross-chain. Think of it like a bridge. It connects two totally different blockchains. In this case, we're talking about the big one, Ethereum, and a really interesting one called Stacks, which brings smart contracts to Bitcoin. And it's all built for USDCx, which is just the version of the USDC stablecoin that lives on the Stacks network. Pretty cool, right? You know what's really fascinating? Where this project came from. SolCipher USDCx wasn't cooked up in some stuffy corporate lab over 5 years. Nope, it was born in the heat of a hackathon, you know, one of those super intense, fast-paced coding competitions. And that tells you something really important. It means this is cutting-edge stuff. It's a direct answer to a real-world problem built by passionate developers who are in the trenches right now. And man, their mission is ambitious. This isn't just about hiding how much money you sent. We're talking about total comprehensive privacy. We're talking end-to-end encryption for any notes you attach, and even secure ways to share documents. Oh, and check out that last point, storing metadata on IPFS. This is a game changer. It means your data isn't just sitting on one company's server, waiting to be hacked. It's spread out all over a decentralized network, which makes it way more secure, and basically impossible to censor. Okay, so the mission sounds great, right? But how does it actually work for a regular person? How do you use it? That brings us to Section 3, how it works. We're going to take a look at the actual user experience and see just how surprisingly simple they've made it to send a private payment. So the whole platform is built around two things, being super secure and being super easy to use. You've got built-in connectors for wallets you probably already use, like MetaMask and Ledger, so no need to create new accounts. There's real-time tracking, which is awesome for peace of mind. You can see your funds moving. But the real magic, the core of it all, is that privacy-enhanced payments feature. It uses something called AES 256 GCM encryption. The easiest way to think about it is like a military-grade digital vault for your transaction notes and details. It locks everything down so that only you and the person you're paying can ever see what's inside. And when you look at the user journey, you really see how simple they've made this. It's literally 3 steps. Step 1, connect your wallets. Step 2, type in the amount, maybe add a private note that's also encrypted. And step 3, check your transaction history to see it confirmed. That's it. It's proof that powerful privacy tools don't have to be a nightmare to use. All right, so for all the tech nerds out there, and I know you're here, let's pop the hood and see what's making this thing tick. It's time for Section 4, Under the Hood. We're going to take a quick peek at the tech that powers all this privacy and security. So the whole app is built on this really clean, modern architecture. The front end, that's everything you see and click on, is built with React, which is a super popular and solid choice. The back end, that's like the engine room, it handles all the heavy lifting. And they have this clever shared layer in the middle to make sure the front and back ends are always on the same page, speaking the same language. That's so important for keeping data consistent and stopping bugs. It's just a really solid foundation built to scale. Let's zoom in a little on the two pillars holding up all this privacy tech. On one side, you've got the encryption itself, AES 256. This is the real deal. It's the same standard governments use for top-secret information. Then, on the other side, you have IPFS for storage. Think of IPFS like a decentralized filing cabinet. Instead of your data sitting on, say, Amazon's server, it's broken up and spread across a global network. This makes it incredibly tough to censor and means there's no single point of failure. It's brilliant. And the code itself, it's built on a rock-solid foundation. Just look at this chart. Over 95% of the project is written in TypeScript. Now, you might be thinking, so what? But for you as a user, this is a huge deal. It basically means the code is way less likely to have common bugs and errors. That translates to a more stable, more secure app, which is exactly what you want when your money is involved. Okay, so we've covered the problem, we've looked at the solution, we've even peeked under the hood at the tech. Now for the really fun part. In our last section, Section 5, Getting Started, I'll show you how you can actually try SolCipher USDCx out for yourself. The absolute easiest way to check this out is to just open your web browser. The team has a live app hosted on Replit at the address you see right here. You can literally go there right now, connect a couple of test wallets, and please use test wallets, not your main ones with real funds. And you can walk through the whole process yourself, completely risk-free. And hey, for any of you developers watching, this whole project is open source. You can get it running on your own machine with just the 3 simple commands you see here. It's a great way to dive into the code, see how it all fits together, and hey, maybe even contribute back to the project. Seriously, projects like this live and breathe because of community involvement. So it's an awesome way to get your hands dirty building the future of private finance. And that really brings us to our final thought for today. As more and more of our financial lives go digital, projects like SolCipher USDCx really force us to ask a big question. What is the true price of financial privacy? And listen, this isn't about doing shady stuff. It's about the fundamental right to control your own information. It's a massive question, and one we all need to be thinking about as we build out this new financial world. Well, that's all the time we have for this explainer. Thanks so much for joining me.